You want real love. You want the real thing. You want a relationship, a committed one. But all you find or attract is a situationship. Emotionally unavailable man. Man who don't want a relationship. Man who are not ready to commit. And I used to be there too. I actually went from a situationship to a relationship, and it has taught me so much about relationships in general, but also just about the work I do as a relationship coach. So if you wonder why it seems like you cannot find a man who wants to commit and how you can change that and actually make him commit to you, this video is for you. In today's video, I'm going to explain to you why it seems so hard to find real commitment, especially in today's day and age. I'm going to show you the number one mistake you make that actually prevents you from finding real commitment. Then I'm going to teach you the psychology behind why he hasn't committed to you yet. And last but not least, I'm going to show you how you can make him commit. Now, when we look at the dating scene, it really does seem like everybody wants something casual and nobody's like serious about commitment or loyalty or having like a long-term relationship. And I know that for me, I always wanted marriage. I always wanted a family. I always wanted like to find my ride or die person. And I always felt like that was too much to ask for because eventually everybody was like, I'm not ready. I'm not over my ex. I just want something casual. A relationship is a distraction. And for me, I was like, why? Like, I'm so ready, but all I could attract was emotionally unavailable people. Now, when I became a coach and I started seeing things from a very new lens, I realized that a lot of people are not in the dating scene because they want to find a life partner, but because they want a distraction from their inner pain. We all know this quote, hurt people, right? And there are a lot of hurt people out there. There are a lot of traumatized people because eventually we all went through shit in our lives. Unfortunately, not a lot of people care about self-healing or self-growth. So people love to stay distracted, right? So it's like everybody's on this low. Everybody's sad and depressed and doesn't love their life. Nobody's excited to get up in the morning because it's like, another day, whatever. And eventually we're all looking for this hit of dopamine. We all want to feel better about ourselves. We all want somebody who entertains us. So we keep looking for the next shiny thing. In this case, it's the next shiny person, right? So people are already unfulfilled and not satisfied, and that's what they bring into their relationships. Obviously, nobody will ever commit to you if they cannot commit to themselves. Nobody will ever go deep with you if they cannot go deep with themselves. If people are running from their inner demons and their inner pain and all the shit that they don't want to face, they're gonna keep running from you too. Now, I see it a lot where women especially are like, yes, I get it. This is what's happening to me. This is what the men are all about, blah, 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 blah. And I'm healed and I'm taking my self-development journey so serious, but all I meet is the wrong ones because I'm so healed and I'm so ready, but no one else is. Girl, I used to say the exact same BS. The reason why so many women who are into healing and self-development attract men who need healing is because it's so much easier to focus on someone else's journey than to face the shit that you got going on. So whenever you attract an emotionally unavailable man, it's not because you are the chosen one to show him the way and to heal him. It's really just a reflection of you. He is a mirror to you. You who is not going incredibly deep, not as deep as you pretend to go, let's be real. You not taking your self-healing as serious as you pretend you do on social media, and you being fucking scared of being vulnerable. You meet emotionally unavailable man because you are emotionally unavailable. So even though you think you're super ready, you're scared. You don't want man to see the truth about you. And it's because you feel like you are not good enough because you feel like you are less. You try to compensate that by doing more. So it's more chasing, more trying to prove your worth, more giving, more trying to get his attention and his validation and his approval. And the more you do that, the less you're getting, right? And here is the number one mistake I see people make, especially women. You girls put him on a fucking pedestal. And this can look very differently. And it might seem like these two examples that I'm going to show you in a second don't have anything to do with each other and completely separate things, but at the end of the day, they are the exact same thing because they're both ego responses. It's just one extreme and the other, but it comes from the same wounded place. So you're either acting like you'd be his wife, even though you're not even his girlfriend. So you kind of force him into commitment. You try to force him into the relationship by showing him all that you can be. You show him that you are wifey material. And again, because you believe that you are less, you do more. So you give and give and give and give. And the more you give, the less you receive in return. The other extreme is you act like you are super chill. You're super fine with anything casual. You're good with being in a situationship with him, right? You don't care. So why are you mad that he made someone else a girlfriend then? Why are you mad that he chose her over you? Because you were fine with the situationship in the beginning, right? So what happened? Because when women pretend that they are cool with being a situationship, it's really just because they've been hurt before and they want to protect themselves, which I get, but you're fooling yourself. You, by trying to protect yourself, are actually re-traumatizing yourself. You're putting yourself in a situation where you will end up with a broken heart again. You can't say that you don't care. You can act like you don't care, but you still do, right? So the consequences of both of these ways is really just that you are over-compromising your wants and your needs, and you're neglecting what you truly want in a relationship, in your life, or in your love life, right? So the reason why he hasn't committed to you yet is your lack of boundaries. When we women show him that we're wifey material and we give and give and give and give and tolerate and accept and help him and blah, 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 we think that eventually he will realize how amazing we are and he will turn around and he will make us his girl, his wife, his whatever. It never works. Take it from me. I've tried. It never works. The more you give, the less you will receive. Why? Because men love to claim a woman. They love to conquer a woman. They love to try to win her over. But with you, they don't have to do that because you're already treating him like a king. You want the princess treatment, but you're treating him like a king when he is treating you like a piece of shit. He's giving you the bare minimum. And you keep giving him the king prince treatment, whatever, right? You're doing that to a peasant or a clown, depends on your situation. And you wonder why he is not stepping up his game. But why would he? He's super comfortable. He's got it all. He's like leaned back, chilling. He got all his bitches on the side, and he got you doing all these things for him to impress him, which makes you put him on a pedestal once again and make him feel like he's so superior. You're literally putting yourself so low. You're setting the bar so low for you. He will never give you more because he's already getting everything he could ever want without having to give you anything in return. He can see that he's giving you the bare minimum. It's not that he doesn't know. He's not stupid. Men are extremely smart creatures, by the way. He knows. He just doesn't give a fuck because it's working. So why would he change his ways, right? You need to learn to set boundaries, and you can only do that when you actually build some self-respect. And this is the other reason why he hasn't committed to you yet. You lack self-respect, baby. You think that you're not good enough. You think that you're not deserving of love, or you think that you're only deserving of love if you give it your all, if you sacrifice yourself for him, if you pour the last drop of your soul into this man, right? You are selling yourself so short. Why would he ever see your value if you are not seeing it yourself? And also, it's not someone else's job to recognize your worth. It's yours. You need to know your worth. You need to show up as you would know your worth, and you need to act on it as well. Because a lot of women are like, but I know my worth. That's not my problem. I know what I'm worth. And then I look at what they do and I watch their behavior and I'm like, girl, you don't. Because if you say you do, but you can't hold your worth when you're with him, and you just like throw your word out the window the second he calls or the second he asks you to meet up or to do anything for him, you don't really know your worth. You're acting like you do. But again, acting doesn't get you anywhere. So build some self-respect, build some self-love. Because saying that you have no expectations and you have no standards and you don't understand why nobody ever wants to be with you is actually the problem why you are in the situation you are in right now. Because again, we are taught that saying that we don't have expectations will make a man feel easier. Yeah, but it won't make him commit to you. Because saying that you don't got expectations or standards and you're so easygoing and chill to be with is actually you saying, I don't expect shit, so you can treat me however you like. You can give me whatever, and if it's the bare minimum, I don't have expectations, I don't have standards, so it's fine. I'll take it. And then you wonder why you find yourself in the situation you're in right now. Can we see how standards are actually a good thing? Because people always say, oh, if you have high standards, you're going to end up alone. But it's quite the opposite. You be with the wrong people if you don't have high standards. Because eventually what high standards do for you is they will make fall off all the people who cannot meet those standards and only let in the people who actually can. Right? So you need to know your worth, and you also need to present yourself like you know your worth. Because again, men love to claim a woman. Men love to be man. The masculine energy literally represents action. It means him coming for you in a good way. In a good way though, right? Him winning you over, him courting you. He wants that courtship, and so do you. And if he doesn't, it's because he is too feminine right now, but that's another conversation for another day. But if you do all the masculine things, you are literally forcing him to submit. You force him to be in the feminine role. If you lead him, provide for him, protect him, he has no choice but to be in the feminine role, which is usually the receiver, right? So if you want to receive, you need to give the man the chance to actually give. And you can only give him that chance if you stop giving in the first place. You need to open yourself up to receive, and you need to believe that you are worthy of receiving good things without sacrificing, without going all in, without doing way too much. And I'm not saying play hard to get and become an arrogant brat, but I'm saying draw the line where it needs to be drawn. Put in boundaries. Become a mystery and a challenge. Because man, love that. They want a woman that they have to kind of fight for to get to know her, to get close to her. That's their nature. They're hunters by nature. I didn't make that shit up. Talk to God if it doesn't sit right with you. But at the end of the day, if you are no challenge or no mystery in any type of way for a man, and you are like obvious, and you are normal, and you are casual, that's eventually how he will treat you, right? So how can you make commit the man? First of all, take things slow. And when I say take things slow, I don't mean be okay with a situationship or be okay with things being casual. That's not what I'm saying. I mean, take the time to actually get to know the person for who he is instead of who you want him to be. Because very often women look for safety and want to settle, and we want the comfort and we want the relationship, and I get all that. Because that was me too. I was fucking desperate for love. I wanted the real thing so badly that I would not take my time to actually see who that person is, because I already made up the image of who I wanted them to be up in my head, right? Because very often you fall for the red flags and you fall for the clown shit because you choose to ignore it, right? So it's not necessarily him gaslighting you. Very often it starts by you gaslighting yourself. He just encouraged the whole thing, right? You plant a seed and he makes a flower grow. That's basically it. So take things slow and get clear on what it is that you want in a relationship and what you value and what you desire. And if he cannot bring that to the table, he is not your man. There's no need to change him or help him or save him. If he is not what you're looking for, there's someone out there for you that is all that. But you need to actually let go of the wrong one to find the person that you are supposed to be with, right? You also need to work on yourself. If you want a man to commit to you, you need to have a very strong and healthy relationship with yourself, because eventually that relationship will set the tone for every other relationship in your life. So how you treat yourself is how someone else will treat you as well, right? So you teach the man how he can or should treat you based on how you treat yourself. So if you lack self-belief, self-love, self-trust, self-respect, you're gonna teach him that it's okay to treat you with that same lack. So work on yourself. Become your own best friend so that the man you're with becomes an additional value to your life and not your entire universe or your entire happiness, right? Then you need to heal from previous relationships. And usually when I say this to women, they're like, but I'm healed. I moved on. I'm good. I don't care about my ex. But I can see based on your actions, you're not. And I don't mean that you're not over the person or the people from your past, but you're not over what happened to you. You're not over the situation, and that's okay. Let's just be real about it. There's no need to lie. You're not over it because you are acting based on your wounds. You don't hear what he says. You're just hearing what you want to hear. You are so focused on the reality that you have created in your head that you cannot see the real reality that is happening right in front of you. And that is probably the biggest sign that you haven't really healed. And again, you can say whatever you want. You can say I'm healed. You can say I moved on. But I don't care about your conscious saying or conscious thinking. I care about your subconscious mind. And right now, your subconscious mind, who still carries a lot of trauma and pain with you and with it, is influencing your life. It's running the show, right? It is. So you need to heal your fear of abandonment, your fear of rejection, and all these things. Because eventually, if you don't have that, you don't care if he leaves you. Because it's not a personal attack. It's not a personal thing. If he's not the right man for you, eventually he must leave. right? But if you are still wounded, him leaving means that it's because you're not enough. Can you see how you are actually a big part of the problem as well? Like, you are doing this to yourself. So I encourage you to heal, because you deserve so much more, and you don't need to live in this hell that you're living in right now. So learn how to put in boundaries, have some standards, know what you want, because you get to choose too. It's not just about what he wants. You get to choose who you want to be with, how this person must be. You actually get to decide. Whoever's telling you like, oh, don't be too picky, settle for whatever, he's a good man, but you're not happy, you're not satisfied, get the fuck out of here. Like, you get to choose, you get to have it all, but you need to make it happen for yourself, and you need to learn how to do it. And this is like a healing and a mindset thing. So if you want to become a person who is a match for committed relationships, for healthy relationships, you need to do the inner work. And if you are serious about it, get your ass into Heal Baddies, my self-therapy membership, where I literally teach you girls how you can go from toxic to healthy love and self-love. So now, this is the end of the video. I hope you guys loved it. I hope you guys resonated with it. Let me know in the comment sections. Let's keep the conversation going. I'm gonna read through all of your comments and I'm gonna reply to some. If you loved this video, like it, share it with your friends, let them know, because we don't want to gatekeep. We want our friends to thrive as well. And don't forget to subscribe, because I'm spilling the tea about relationships and about self-love every freaking Friday.